So everyone, guess who forgot to use the right microphone when he recorded this episode originally? This guy. That's right, this episode is going to be done in post-commentary. Luckily enough, we don't have anything too important going on in this episode as I do it just a few minor things. First off, our N64, my N64, freaked out while we were doing this area. We were in this room, and we gathered 2 chests, and we found out that this sun is the one that opens the door when you shine light on it. So, and this sun I honestly don't care about enough to do anything. It just gives you a chest that has, like, redeemable items. That thing scared the crap out of me, so I was screaming on the original recording, if I had it. Yeah, that was a sound to behold, I'll tell you what. I'm not even going to start quoting that again. Anyway, this area is the area that we were in when we were a child. And as you can see, we have a Triforce on the hand right over there. If we put on our hover boots, which we haven't used since 5 minutes ago, then we can reach over to this hand and we'll be able to play the song of Lullaby. Because that's what it's called now. The Song of Lullaby. No doubt. Anyway, once we play that, we will actually make 2 chests appear. Even though it did show 1, it's impossible to show. I don't think it's capable of showing 2 things appearing, like one after the other. So it only showed the important chest, which was the one over here that I'm trying to hookshot to. And it actually contains our first small key that we get as an adult. No, it's not our first small key, is it now? But it actually contains a small key. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually take a trip. There's a gold Skulltula up there, and I'm going to take a trip over to the section we were at when we were a child, this is the part you were at as a child. Which is pretty cool that you're able to go back over here. But, what you normally would have to do is you'd have to play the Scarecrow Song to have Pierre appear over there. But, with the long shot, you can actually reach the gold Skulltula anyway, so, who cares? Honestly, I love being able to get everything that you need Pierre to get. It makes me feel happy inside. It makes me feel complete that I'm not actually missing the song, the Scarecrow Song. Which, spoiler alert, I never get in this Let's Play. That's right. I've already finished recording all of it. So, yeah. Also, it's just, I feel like the next few episodes are amazing. Anyway, at this part, I point out that there are actually some sticks that we need to light on fire. We can either use Din's fire or the fire arrows, but since we won't be seeing much use out of the fire arrows, I go ahead and use them anyway. And I think I missed with this shot. Oh, no, I don't. I got it. Right on. And this chest. If you can guess, we got the compass earlier. Guess what we get now? That's right, we're getting the map out of this. I'm not even going to let you wait. Like, I'm not even going to let you see the map. I'm just going to tell you. How do you like that? I just crushed your jeans. By the way, if you haven't noticed, the statue behind us is just a huge statue of Nibiru. So, that's pretty cool. Anyway, I run it up to the wall as if I can, like, climb up it. But actually, the way you're supposed to get up is the hookshot thing right there. And I silently cursed that thing that scared me. What is it even called again? I don't even know what those are called. Anyway, I point out that there's a chest that spawned over here once you played the song of Lullaby. Apparently that's what I'm going to call it now. The Song of Lullaby, but it only contains 5 rupees. It probably would contain something else if you hadn't had that item, so I don't know. I just don't know what the item would be. I know, I guess it could be a bomb shoe or something, because you do need bomb shoes later, like, not in this dungeon, I don't think you need them. Also, I figured out that you can actually use the hover boots to get across that gap, so yeah, it doesn't matter that you actually need that to hookshot to. These Beamos, this Beamos I don't care to mess with, I don't care to know what is in the pot, I just want to get through that room. This room is an interesting room. You know those floating things that we saw as a child, the Anubis that shot fire at her Deku shield and burned it to bits? Well, this is another puzzle like that, except since we're an adult, we have access to fire weapons, so we can actually use the fire arrows to kill it. We could also use dense fire, but nah, I enjoy using the fire arrows more. Now, for some reason, the third Anubis wasn't appearing. I think that's because it was inside of the wall on the other side. I couldn't find it, so I just dismissed it, like, okay, apparently it doesn't exist. Well, it does, and I'm going to find this out later. But at the time, I just threw a bomb at the Beamos and wonder, why is something not happening? There's a locked door over there, there's a locked door to the left. Also, where Navi's going right now, and there's an Anubis. Navi turned green in that pit. Apparently there's a block of time there. If you play the Song of Time, a block will appear there. But I'm not exactly sure what it's for. Anyway, the switch to the left of us right now, and look at it right now, that's what you'd use to make fire appear, and you'd have to lure the Anubises into that area. But, you know, it's kind of pointless since we're an adult, and we have pretty much all the weapons accessible to us right now. Pretty much all of them. Not all of them, but pretty much. What am I doing in this room? I'm not even paying attention. Oh yes, this is an interesting puzzle. So, you remember the blue switches that need to be held down constantly. Well, these are actually enemies, all four of these statues here, and you have to get it to stand on the switch and then run to the door. Sadly, I thought that it actually goes to sleep after it lands on the switch. And so I waited a little too long and it kind of got the best of me. Although I do get it back onto the switch and run back over there in time. Which is sweet. That's right, NASCAR ability right there. This is a pointless room, to say the least. I think it actually sends you upwards of 4. Also, there's invisible chests in here. I saw that on the compass. You know I'm a pro. Anyway, all they contain are 2 human hearts. So, not the most important of things, especially when you have a full life meter. Of course, this does indicate that there's a mini-boss in the next room, so that should be fun. Oh yeah, this room looks familiar, doesn't it? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the big Goron sword to compare it to the Kokiri sword that we used as a child, and see just how much overpowered it actually is when you compare it to how long we needed to spend time on the Dark Nut when we fought it as a child. Now, of course, for some reason I play like an idiot and get hit on the first blow, but whatever. Anyway, I was able to get 2 jump attacks in there, but I did get hit. Anyway, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, and it's dead. It only took 4 jump attacks. Do you even remember how many it took as a child? Because I don't. I mean, that took a lot of jump attacks. And I think it took at least 3 minutes to beat it. That right there just took about, I think, 30 seconds. So yeah. Anyway, this is our reward for beating it. And take a wild guess at what it is. Oh god, it's the most amazing thing that we've gotten in a long while. Probably since the hover boots. It is the mirror shield. Oh god, those sick, awesome things on that shield, they just make me so happy. If you're playing it on emulator, then usually the designs on the mirror shield won't show up. So just keep that in mind. I mean, it's not really anything that you need to keep in mind, but you never know. So yeah, there's a moon and a star. I think that's actually on a flag. I'm not sure which one. It reminds me of the Russian flag. It has the crescent and the hammer, but I know that's not what it is. I think it actually might be a religion symbol or something. I just don't remember it. It just looks familiar to me. Maybe because I've played the game before, but you see that symbol a lot in this dungeon. In several places, like on the wall, hieroglyphics and multiple things like that. Anyway, now that we have the mirror shield, we're able to deflect light with it. So we can just walk into this light, and you know how you need the suns to get through? Well, you can use the shield to shine the light on the sun, and it'll permanently stay shining for some reason. So now we are pretty much doing exactly what I didn't want to do the last 2 episodes ago, and we're shining our light all over that sun. Now this is an interesting room. It's a room purely for a key. That's all it is. I mean, I'd like to be this key. It has a room all to itself. It's on a pedestal. There's 2 torches surrounding it. I mean, Kuka feeling inducing area. That's what I'm trying to say here. And it's just the most important small key in the whole game. Quite obviously, by the way it's set up. Anyway, now that we have that small key, we can go back and hit this room and get through the door here. You know what? One of the only things I dislike about being this far into the game, I feel like I can't talk about as many things I would normally be able to talk about that's not related to the game. Like, the puzzles just feel like I'd have to explain all of them. Since we're this late into the game, the puzzles are getting quite harder, and I feel like I just have to explain them all while we're playing it. Like, such as this. I'm noting that this is actually a pretty hard thing to do if you don't know that you can hookshot to the very top. You'd normally have to, like, get through that maze of random crap and not get hit by the spikes on the side. Anyway, this room right here is... in the original commentary I say it's not that important, but it's actually very important, so don't forget to go in this room. For some reason, they're still checking to make sure that you know Zelda's Lullaby, because they're making you play it like every 5 doors for some reason. I don't know why. Don't ask. I mean, even in the final the final temple after this one, it has like several spots where it needs you to play Zelda's Lullaby, and I'm like, what's even the purpose of that? At this point, like, even early on in the game, like, you could have made Zelda's Lullaby just... Well, actually, now that I think about it, you need it, since, you know, you would be able to get into Zora's domain without it before going to the castle, if you didn't have it. But honestly, if that were the case, you could have just, like, not had to play Zelda's Lullaby at all as an adult. So, you know, you wouldn't need to use it at all as an adult. And that just makes more sense to me. Anyway, in this room we have floating ice. That alone doesn't make sense, but the fact that the floating ice is above fire makes even less sense. So let's just assume that this is some magic anti-gravity room and just go with the flow. We're going to use the hookshot to get up here, and we'll be able to press a button that will get rid of all of that fire around that mysterious chest that looks kind of important. Just slightly important. Yeah, it's the big key chest. Or the boss key. Is it called the big key or the boss key in this game? I forget. But let's find out. It would be the boss key. Okay, so it's the big key in Wind Waker, the boss key in all the other games. Now I got it stuck in my head. All of these other fake doors that are in this room have really nothing behind them, so check them if you want. I'm not wasting my time on that because I have better things to do with my time. Such as sleep. Because right now it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. I have to get up at 6 o'clock for school. Although it is a Wednesday, which, for those who don't know, a Wednesday in Saudi Arabia is a Friday in any other country, so... It is a Wednesday, so it shouldn't be that hard. Especially since we have 9th graders SAT testing, so... we have PE in first period, which I'm going to be dead through most of, but... since the 9th graders are SAT testing, we have PE with them. So we're just going to do something like... able to blow off. Like, today we played softball. And you can imagine how well that went when, you know, you have a whole bunch of cricket players around you, and you're the only American there that knows the rules of softball. Anyway, that was interesting, to say the least. Alright, so this room, I thought that bomb was actually going to be a trap anyway. These are new enemies here, so I'm going to go ahead and identify it. It's a white bubble. Aim for when it stops. So these bubbles don't, like, display an aura like other bubbles. They just run around. You're able to hit them at any point, like, whenever you want to, and you can kill them. This is the only room they're in the whole game. Can you believe that? And somehow, the mirror is pushing itself right here. I don't know what's wrong, but... I just don't know what went wrong. Anyway, you want to point it at this bombable wall, this wallable bomb. So you can open the way into the main room, and actually that's not the main room yet. You still have to move this around. And there's Zalphos, which, fun fact, you can kill with 2 jump, I kill it here with 3 shots, correct? Yes, I only have to hit it 3 times, which means you can kill these guys in 2 jump attacks. And pretty much 1 spin attack since it hits it twice, so that's insane about how powerful we've gotten so far. It's weird seeing the hearts up there like that after I've beaten the game. Don't believe me? Well, it's 3 o'clock at night, and guess how long this recording session was? Pretty long. Anyway, now that we have the light going into this room, we can point the light. First off, we can avoid all these dang pots going all over the place. Luckily, one of them left a heart behind, so I could use it. I'm not at all interested in the magic. So we point it at that sun dude, and we get lowered back into the room that we were in as a child, and, you know, the big room with Naburu as the statue. You might notice that Naburu has a snake on her head. Well, deal with it. Honestly, that's all I can say. So what we have to do here is shine light on the crusty mud that is the face. I imagine that makes it like super ultra crusty to where it crusts off, like right now. I don't know how it works, it's Nintendo logic, just don't ask me. Anyway, this is nearly the end of the episode, so yeah, I'm gonna hookshot up here, and the next door we have to take is the boss door, so I will be ending it off here, and I will see you when we fight the next boss. See you then.